Welcome traders. In this week's session, I'm going to be showing you how to trade USD ZAR on the PrimeXBT CFDs platform. Now, USD ZAR was initially launched back in the 1990s, but previously the rand wasn't actually freely internationally exchanged and traded as much due to some exchange controls. It was only until 2007 when the Johannesburg Stock Exchange, also known as the JSE, first introduced USD futures contracts to be traded, and that was the first time we had seen USD ZAR traded in a more regulated environment. Now, over time, USD ZAR has become one of the most traded currency pairs on the JSE Stock Exchange, and that is mainly due to its heightened volatility and sensitivity towards local and global economic events. And we have seen over the years, when there is volatility, there is opportunity. Now, USD ZAR actually trades at around 18 to 1, meaning 1 USD is worth 18 South African rands. So let's dive further into how you can trade USD ZAR, and let me show you today how you can trade it on our PrimeXBT platform. So it's pretty simple actually. So if you have not already signed up an account, you can do so by visiting our main landing page. There you'll need to obviously verify your account and make the necessary deposits into your account. Once you actually have your account verified, it will look something like this. Here you can see quite clearly, I've got a couple of options. I've got my wallet address, CFDs trading, crypto futures trading, copy trading, as well as a couple of contests you can actually enter into. Now, you'll need to make a deposit via the deposit function, and here we have obviously a couple of options. We've got both a crypto as well as a fiat option. Now, these are great options to have. So once you have pretty much made the actual transfer into your funding, you can click on the main PrimeXBT banner over here. It will pop up your wallet address, CFDs trading account, crypto futures, whatever it may be, and you'll also be able to see an overview of what you've deposited into the account. Now, if you have a look quite clearly here, you can see I've got a couple of things, namely Bitcoin, Ethereum, as well as USD Tether. Now, whatever you make your sort of deposits, whatever function you use, it will then obviously come into this actual area right now. So this is quite a cool function to have, and you can obviously use this in your advantage, right? So once you have pretty much gone and selected what currency you would like to trade with, you will then need to make the necessary transfer out of, say, your wallet account and into your actual CFDs trading account, right? Remember, today USD ZAR is a currency pair, and you're going to be able to find that on our CFDs platform, not our crypto futures platform. Okay, so if you have a look over here, I've got a couple of funding already sitting into this account, but if you need to make a transfer into it, it's quite easy. You would just go select the currency that you would like to move. So for example, let's say you want to move some USD Tether. You then select the CFDs trading account as your main designation account. You then choose the amount that you would like to transfer into that account, and then you go confirm, right? Once that is obviously done, it will look something like this, and then you'll obviously be able to see exactly how much funding is sitting in your account, right? Now, that is pretty much it in a nutshell. It's quite easy to use. Once the funding is sitting in your account, you can then obviously go and trade. Now, if you have a look over here, I've got a couple of options. So if you have a look at my CFD trading account section, I will need to go and select this, okay? And you will see now I've already got USD ZAR actually loaded up for you to trade. But if you need to go and navigate to this actual currency, what you would need to go and do is under where it says trade, you've got a couple of options that you can view. Obviously trading, this is one of the workspaces already generated for you. Then you can obviously have another workspace which you've got all your charts. You can also see your trading history as well as your activity log, workspace, whatever it may be. So if you would like to create your own workspace, you can do so. It's quite simple. And now you'll also be able to see that under this account with the USD 1426086, I have a balance of $7,000. That's got my equity. I've already got some positions running here, so you can see them live actually. And then pretty much what you'll need to do is go and navigate to the desired currency pair that you're looking for. So if you already know the ticker, you can either just type it in yourself, so USD ZAR, and it will come up, or you can go to where it says underneath the trade, you select on here. It might already say on the default section, all markets. There you can kind of go through alphabetically what pair you're looking for. And if you have a look at today's example, we are using Forex. So I will then select Forex. if I scroll a little bit further down, you'll be able to see it says USD ZAR. Now that pretty much is the currency pair we will be looking to trade today. So once you find it, so over here, you simply click on it. And if, let's say, for example, I was on a different pair, I then clicked on USD ZAR, it will pop up with the terminal. So once you are actually in this function right here, this is giving you the access that you need in order to be able to actually purchase and sell any assets that you're looking to trade. Now, remember, PrimeXBT CFD platform is a leverage trading platform. So it's not necessary that you're going to be buying actual shares or contracts or whatever it may be. You're going to be actually purchasing contracts for difference, which is meaning obviously it's a part of the derivative, it's a part of the futures contract, hence why you're able to allocate leverage, more size to the positions, and depending on how much actual funding you have in your account, you can trade. So I like to always risk between, say, 1 and 2% of my account. So for example, if I've got $7,000 sitting there, I don't really like to be in a trade more than, say, $70 or $140. What do I mean by that? I mean that if the trade goes against me, that is my risk on the table. I don't leverage my whole account, especially when trading currencies and CFDs. So this is pretty much it in a nutshell. So let me show you a couple of options. So let's say, for example, you would like to actually purchase or sell. I'm going to show you both, maybe a sell market execution order as well as potentially a buy stop order, so you can have a look at the functionality, right? So if you wanted to go and market execute and sell right now, you click on this button over here. You then choose the amount that you would like to sell. Make sure that the symbol is actually the desired currency pair you're wanting to sell. In this case, it would be USD ZAR. And here you can obviously choose between market limit, stop, and OCO. I'm obviously going to do a market order. I don't necessarily want to maybe place my stop loss limits right now, but let me just show you how you can do that if this is something you're wanting to use to calculate your risk. So remember, keeping in mind, I like to risk, say, between $70 or 1% of my account. So I would need to go and navigate a correct stop loss that is going to obviously reflect that. So let's say, for example, I want price to stop me out at 18.40, which is, say, just above this high over here. You can now see my projected loss would be around $19 if price stopped me out. So how do I get that? I just play around with the numbers and eventually you will just see over here through trial and error that you can work out more or less what your desired risk will be. So if you have a look here, I'm going to enter into 4,000 lots. That's going to give me a $76 protected loss if price moves against me, which is perfect. That's 1% of what I'm looking for. And let's say, for example, I would like to take it a 2-to-1, which means I'd like to make $140 out of this trade because I'm risking $70. I would then obviously need to have my take profit level at a lower price than what we're currently trading at. So currently we're trading at around 18.05. So let's say, for example, I would like to trade this back into around 17.40. That will give me a perfect 2-to-1. I then click confirm, market order done, executed. It will then say order filled over here. And if you have a look over here now, you can see in my position section that my active live position is now running on USD ZAR, right? So if you have a look there, you can see we're running at, let's say, a $2 loss currently. If I would like to maybe modify or get out of this position some sort of way, there's a couple of options you can do that. So if you scroll a little bit to the left, you can see there's a little X button. You can see here, it will tell you the amount of contracts you would like to close. So let's say, for example, I would like to only close half of my position. I can just choose 2,000. It will now say, do you want to confirm closing 2,000 out of the 4,000 active lots in this position? You can then go yes, confirm by saying close position, confirm, and now you'll see that half of that position is actually out and the other half of the position is still running. So if you have a look over here, I'm now still in a USD ZAR short with 2,000 lots on the table. Okay, and if you would like to get out of your position fully, there's a couple of ways in which you can do that. So I just want to show you another cool function. If you click on where it says 2,000, you'll then be able to see that my stop loss and my take profit level are setting something like this. If I drag and drop it, I can actually move that without going to basically punch in the numbers again. And that is pretty much in a nutshell how you can actually manage your position without having to reset a new order or go and manually change it yourself. If I want to get out of this position completely, I can simply click on here. You will obviously then give a couple of options, and then at the bottom over here, if you click on where it says X, it will then give me the option to close this position fully, and now you'll see I'm no longer in this position, right? So that is in a nutshell how you can actually get in and out of a USD ZAR position. I want to also maybe show you how you can enter into, say, a buy stop order. Now, I've actually shown this in a couple of the tutorials previously, but basically it's the same idea. In this scenario, I would want to go and choose buy, but I would need to go and change my order type from market to, say, a stop order. I simply click on where it says stop. And now, keeping in mind, I need to actually manually go and put in the price I want price to tag me into. So currently we're trading at around 18 flat. So if price gets to 18.40, for example, I want it to be automatically triggered into that position. So what I would need to go do is I'd need to change my stop price. And if you have a look over here, you can simply send the order, go confirm. And now you'll see over here, on this little high over here at around 18.40, I've got a buy stop position that is running. Now, if you have a look at my positions, it's actually not an active order. So what's going to happen now is I'll have to show you quickly that on my left hand side over here, you can't actually really see it, but below me, you've got a position size tool, which actually shows you your active orders. So it's not necessarily telling you what you might currently be in, but it will be telling you, oh, here we go. Here you can see my order section over here. And there we go. We have our 4,000 contracts that are pending currently alongside this BTC order. Okay. And that is pretty much in a nutshell how you can actually place a buy stop limit in the scenario. If you have a look over here, if I would like to actually go and modify my stop loss and take profit, I simply click on this over here. I can then choose a stop loss price. So let's say, for example, I'd like to get stopped out for around $80. That would mean at around 18 USD ZAR to 1, I would then be out of this position, right? And then the same can be said if I want to set a take profit. Let's say I want to trade price back into, say, $19 to 19 Rand to $1, then it would look something like this. And my projected profit would be $133. I then go edit and replace order. I go confirm. And now you'll be able to see on my actual active orders section, my stop loss is actually perfectly placed here and my take profit is around there. If I want to say trade below this low over here, I just go edit and replace, I go confirm, and then you'll see now my active position would have changed, right? So that is pretty much in a nutshell how you can trade USD ZAR on our PrimeXBT CFDs platform. I hope you have enjoyed this week's tutorial on how you can trade this asset pair. I'm super excited about it. It is my home currency, my home country's pair. And there's obviously a lot of volatility that comes into this pair. So it's really a good sort of opportunity to understand how to trade this pair, especially when there's a lot of local as well as global economic events. We tend to see a lot of volatility coming through this pair. So when there's volatility, there's obviously opportunity. So I hope you have enjoyed this week's how-to tutorial, and I'll catch you in next week's one.